Shalom Yeladim. We're going to learn now about this week's Parsha, Parashat Tzav. We are now in the third book of the Torah. Remember, Bereshit Shemot Vayikra, Bamidbar Devarim, Chamisha Chumshei Torah, Chamisha Chumshei Torah, Chamisha Chumshei Torah. So now we are reading from Sefer Vayikra, the third Sefer in the Torah, and we're going to read from our second Parsha, Parashat Tzav. When the Korban would come to the Beit Mikdash when the Kohen would come to the Beit Mikdash in the morning, his first job would be to remove the ashes of the coals that were left from the Korbanot of the day before. Each morning, one of the Kohanim would take a pan and gather all the ashes. He would place them on the ground at a small distance from the Mizbeach. Then a great miracle would take place. The ashes would disappear. Sometimes there would be a very large pile of ashes. When that would happen, the Kohen would gather the pile and place it outside of the camps, where he knew that no one would pass by. He would throw the ashes onto the ground. The Kohen, whose job it was to clean the Mizbeach of the ashes, would change his clothing once he was done. Like a servant who does his work for his master, would it be respectful for him to serve the king with the same clothes he wore to cook and clean? Since the Kohen's clothes would become dusty, he would change into clean clothes in order to serve Hashem and the King of all kings. The Korban Todah. When a person wants to thank Hashem, whether it is for something good that happened to him, or if he has been saved by certain danger, he would bring up the Korban Todah. Todah means thank you. I thank Hashem every day for my amazing Talmidim. That's you. In what situations would a person bring a Korban Todah? 1. A person who was freed from jail. 2. A person who crossed the ocean. Or 3. A person who crossed the desert. Or 4. Someone who recovered from an illness. Now, I know people that nowadays still have a big meal. If they were very sick and then they became well, they have a Sudat Hodah, where they thank Hashem for making them feel better. Now, because we can't give korbanot, so we still want to say thank you to Hashem for the amazing things He does for us. The person would bring the korban to the Beit Mikdash, and then he would invite all his friends and family to a large feast. As I'm reading, I'm thinking, Yeladim Mirza Hashem, when we get back to school, we should have a party, a Todah to Hashem for getting back to school. What do you think about that? I think it would be fun. We definitely would play Thank You Hashem. When all the people were present, he would thank Hashem and give praise for his kindness. There was a great joy all over in Yerushalayim each time someone would bring a Korban Todah. Like a powerful king who invites his ministers and servants to an elegant banquet. After everyone eats their fill, they all give gifts to the king. The head minister walks slowly up to the throne. In his hands is a very large gift, wrapped in shiny paper and ribbons. He bows down and announces, "Your Royal Highness, this is for you. Long live the king." The rest of the ministers follow after him. Each one gives his own gift. Each gift is prettier than the one before it. The king sits on his throne, holding his scepter and listening to his guests. After the ministers, the servants who work in the palace stand in a line and present their gifts to the king. Even the gardeners, cooks, cleaning staff, and waiters bring gifts to their king. They give smaller gifts according to what they could afford. They too bless the king with all their heart. The king feels very happy. He feels loved and respected. Suddenly, there is a loud knocking on the door to the palace. All at once, silence reigns in the large banquet hall. "Go see who's at the door," the king orders. The servants run out to the door. When they return, they say, "Our master, there's a strange man at the door who wishes to see you." The king thinks for a moment and then says, bring him in here. A man dressed in simple clothes walks into the royal hall, carrying a finely wrapped package in his hand. He approaches the king and he says nervously, I just wanted to bring my dear king a gift, he stammers. All the ministers watch in silence. The king smiles at the stranger and says, your gift is very much appreciated. Come sit here at my table and enjoy the banquet. Why does the king give this man so much respect? The king knows that all the ministers, servants, and staff members of the palace only give him gifts because they want something from him in return. One wants a raise in salary, another wants to find a favor in the king's eyes, and there are those who want the king to give them a better position. This simple man comes to the palace especially to show his love to the king. He does not expect anything in return, and this is why the king loves this gift more than the others. It gives him true pleasure and happiness. For this act of love, the king rewards him with silver and gold and invites him to join the exquisite banquet. This story explains to us why the Korban Todah was so special to Hashem, even more than other Korbanot. The Korban Chatat was brought in order to receive forgiveness from Hashem. The Korban Todah was brought only to show one's love and thanks to the King of Kings. As it says in Tehillim, he who brings Todah honors me. This means that the Korban Todah is a true sign of honor and love to our Father in Shemayim. Now, Yeladim, I'm going to stop with Parsha for now. We're going to continue more tomorrow. But I want you to focus on the word Todah. We learned about giving a Korban Todah. You all, me included, have a lot to thank our families for. Our imas and abbas who are helping us with our work, everyone who's taking care of us and making sure we have all the things that we need. So please, when you get off this video, I would love you all to take a piece of paper and make a Todah letter, okay? To somebody in your life that's working extra hard to take care of you. But make a really beautiful one. Take time. Write the word Todah in English, write thank you, write Todah in Hebrew, whatever you would like. And make it very special. And then you can tell them why you're thankful, okay? Because it's very important to show thanks, okay? Bye, Yeladim. I'll see you tomorrow.